Booyah! Jakks Pacific has given us a great set of 4-inch figures. I mean, we even got a cream figure, and she's like perfect! But there's one thing that us Sonic fans have been asking for, and it's been staring us right in the feet. The grind shoes! Wait, I thought they were called soap shoes. No, but we also have the Werehog, and the last time we got that guy was from Jazzwares. And Jazzwares is awesome! Except the fact that they're ragdolls. I'm sorry, all Jazzwares fans. I love Jazzwares, and they're a big part of my childhood, but these Jakks Pacific figures are just better. They're not as ragdolly. They're still ragdolly, but not to the same degree. So let's see what Jakks has been cooking up. Jeez. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh, I hate those things. Look, Jakks, I know that these things are like super valuable and this thing is going for $90 online for some reason, but I don't think you need all of these ties. Like, come on. That's... Alright. Jeez. Oh. And time for the beast. And already... And what a great little pack this is. First impressions. They look great. Super Shadow is borderline identical. It's just a less floppy version of my already existing Supersonic, and this guy hasn't been re-released in a while, and it's great he's been re-released. It's a great sculpt. I just wish that it could pull off the Sonic Adventure 2 pose, or Sonic Adventure 1 pose a little better, but besides that, it's good. It looks good. It's Super Sonic. Hopefully we get Super Shadow re-release again, because that thing is like non-existent on the aftermarket at this point. And Sonic. Overall, this is just the same Sonic we've seen before. The paint is the same. Well, almost. The torso is actually much better painted here than on my slightly older Sonic figure. It's darker and it doesn't quite match the arm color, but it does look a lot cleaner. But that's not why you're getting this guy. You're getting him for the soap shoes, and my goodness, they look great. I do wish he looked more Sonic Adventure-y, but I can understand why they'd sell this as a 3-pack. One basically completely reused figure. Makes sense. Reuse. 99% reuse, but new shoes to get those fans who like these soap shoes or grind shoes happy. And then the main event, the Werehog. This is a completely new figure for the pack. My guess is that he's basically a $15 figure, but since they only sell things at $10, they decided to put him in a 3-pack with 2 other reuse so they can basically cheap out on these 2 and give us the main event. The painting on this figure is really good. I picked him out of like a set of 6 of these guys, and he had the best paint, so this is kind of not completely representative. If you want to know what an actual Werehog that you just randomly pick up will look like, probably will be a spot of white missing on the eyes, maybe some red down here. Like, the paint was kind of all over the place on the face, like a lot of white overbleed. It was a little weird. However, like even on the other Super Sonics and normal Sonic, the paint on the face was just not that great. There was a lot of little bits missing. But this guy's sculpt is amazing. I don't know if any of you have seen what the Jazzwares one looked like, but it was kind of horrendous and inaccurate. But this looks just like the in-game model from what I've seen in videos, because I don't have Sonic Unleashed and I never played it. But I do love the concept of the Werehog, and I do think it's a really cool design. I mean, they even got, you know, the little tips on the back, his tail. The only thing I'm disappointed by is, despite his size, a lack of a waist swivel, which I get. That makes him more consistent with the other 4-inch figures. But he's already about the same size as the $15 figures, with more articulation and a waist swivel. Even though it's a ball joint, why doesn't he just have a ball joint? Did they not want to break up the sculpt? I mean, I guess, but it's already kind of a weirdly lanky body, so I think adding in another point of articulation, since he already has all those lines here in the feet and arms, would just kind of make him look more consistent. I don't know, maybe it would have been like a weird, like 3-line hole thing, and they didn't want to do that. But yes, this figure looks great. The feet are just cool. They individually have each of the spikes a different color than the rest of the foot, so I'm pretty sure that's painted, and it just looks great. It stands out, and you're gonna see the bottoms of the feet in most poses, so it works. And he even still has little holes so that you can put him in a stand if you wanted to. And he also almost has, you know, like the $15 figures, those knees, but he clearly uses, you know, the cheaper knee style. Let's get into articulation. But starting off with the Sonic, it's the same as every other 4-inch Sonic. Up that far, down that far, spin around, foot's on a ball. It's just Sonic. Same with Super Sonic. Maybe more head articulation because the head spines are going up, but also, you know, a lot more head weight, making him a lot less stable. Also forgot to mention, the soap shoes look great on the bottom. I mean, look at that paint. It looks good. It almost looks like a custom added on to a cheaper figure. Because for all intents and purposes, all the budget of this figure went to the feet because they already had the Sonic. Alright, for the Werehog, his arms can go up that far, which is pretty dang good, over a T-pose. And it's gonna take a little bit of finagling, but yes, they go 360. That's awesome. Arm joint can go in just about 90, go down about, that is a stress mark. Okay, so if you push that arm too high, you're gonna stress out the arm a little bit. And the arm can swivel. Swivel here! Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but the hand is on a ball joint, so you can just spin it and move it up and down slightly, though the sculpt doesn't really allow for more articulation. And obviously, same on the other arm. Moving on to the legs, they kick up that far. 90-degree bend, back that far. Foot is on, like the $15 joints, a swivel, and a pivot. So it's basically the Marvel Legends foot. And the head actually has enough clearance to finally use that ball joint that I'm pretty sure every single Jakks Pacific 4-inch figure has a ball jointed neck. But none of them can use it because the head sculpt never allows it. So he can look up that far, down that far, and all the way around. Great. Like with the Sonic, you can see he does have a ball jointed neck. He can look up and down, but I mean, it's kind of loose and it doesn't really work. And you can't do it side to side. Yeah. But because of the size, you can notice the side to side of the Werehog. This Sonic Forms pack is really cool, and it gives you pretty much everything you want out of Sonic. You get his edgy form, his super form, aka Super Saiyan ripoff, and then his normal form, but he's cooler because he can grind on things. Don't tell Amy. Size comparison time. Amy Rose, Sonic, 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 Cream, Blaze, Tails, and Silver. It's no use! Overall, I highly recommend this pack if you can find it in stores, probably at Target. My only major disappointment with this pack is that I wish the hands on the Werehog were articulated like the $15 figures, but that's okay. And I'm glad that we finally get a Super Sonic re-release for all the people who needed him. I do hope that means we're getting a Shadow re-release though, because, oh boy, it's been ages since we've gotten a Super Shadow. Even better yet, a 2.0, because the Jakks Shadow is probably their worst figure, in my opinion. The only other thing I dislike is the lack of a Chip figure. Like, 99% of the time that you are Werehog, you are with Chip, aka Gaia. Where's Chip? He's like paramount to having the Werehog. This probably means that in the future we are going to get a Werehog re-release with Chip. That's just wishful thinking. I mean, this is Jakks we're talking about. They gave us a zomboid, like, metal virus Froggy before they even gave us a Froggy figure. They didn't even put a Froggy figure with Big. Why, Jakks? Why? So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and a subscribe and a comment, only if you want to. I hope you enjoyed this little review I made, because I'm just excited to actually have a good-looking Werehog in hand, to have Soap Shoe Sonic. Sonic Adventure 2 is one of my favorite Sonic games, even though I didn't grow up with it, but I do love it, and I really do enjoy the grinding mechanic, so I'm glad to have these shoes, because they just look great. And for all those Sonic Adventure 2 fans, and for all those Sonic Unleashed fans, finally getting some more recognition, I think that's great. I know the Sonic Adventure 2 fans get a lot of recognition, and they just got the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie, which is an adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2. But we also got some Unleashed representation with this Werehog figure, which is just a great-looking, simple figure, and it works. And I don't think anyone ever expected to see the Werehog again. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Of course they had to fall, just my luck.